Good evening. With Election Day less than 3 weeks away, it's not just political parties campaigning for your vote.
Some university students are also making noise, encouraging their peers to head to the polls on April 16th. Our reporter Noah Ortiz joins us live with more on that story. Noah?
Thanks, Josh. Thanks, Margie. The campaign is called Get Out the Vote. Their main targets are, well, us, college students. And their message is simple. If you're concerned about government decisions impacting your life and you want to make your voice heard, then go and vote.
Yes, voting is important. Please vote.
Stephen Rates is making his voice heard as he runs around the U of A campus, hoping his shirtless performance will leave a lasting memory. He's part of the Get Out the Vote campaign, spreading the message that young people need to vote.
This has pretty much been, and will end up being, more than a year-long effort to support students getting out and voting both provincially and federally this year. They face additional challenges that not everybody else faces with busy schedules, so it's important that we provide them with a little bit extra assistance along the way.
Rates and his team are fanning out across campus and also heading to a platform where they know students live: social media.
Did you know that you can go to the Elections Alberta website and figure out where your riding is?
I didn't, now I know.
Stats from the last provincial election show that only 27% of Albertans aged 18 to 24 voted, making that age group the lowest ranked in voter turnout. U of A student Lauren Bernikevich says she will not be part of the apathy and is looking forward to having her voice heard on April 16th.
Just everything that's changing, like in our current political climate, it's really important for young people to have a say. Like this stuff, it affects us, it affects tuition, it'll affect our future, it'll affect years down the line. Like we see it even like with the Trump and Obama thing, that like government affects years later.
Bernikevich has signed the Get Out the Vote pledge, ensuring she gets reminders for Election Day. Rates and his team say that's the key, making the message resonate using whatever means necessary.
So we're hoping in the last few weeks of the campaign to ramp that up a little more so we can kind of get a collective push from students to be getting out and voting. Hell yeah, vote on April 16th. You're voting on April 16th, maybe even earlier.
Now, while elections are not decided by one vote very often, they can be won by a margin of a couple of hundred votes. So the more students this campaign reaches out to, the more likely you are to have an impact on your government, which is exactly the point of Get Out the Vote.
Noah, how many pledges have been signed because of this campaign?
Well, Margie, when I spoke with Stephen on Tuesday, he mentioned that he has received over 4,000 pledges to vote from students and their friends and families. That number is most likely going to increase by the time Election Day comes on April 16th. By how much, that's not, we can't tell right now, but that number, with the number of pledges already, that number could be doubled, maybe even tripled by that time.
And Noah, where and how can people vote in the upcoming election?
So Josh, for those who want to register to vote, they can go to elections.ab.ca, where they can get information on electoral boundaries, volunteer opportunities, and whether or not they are eligible to vote. There will also be advanced poll stations all across Alberta, including university campuses such as the U of A and our very own NATE from April 9th to the 13th. All they have to do is provide an authorized form of identification that states their name and residential address so that they can determine the electoral division.
Thanks, Noah. It's Noah Ortiz reporting live from our news center tonight.